Hi everyone, Joshua Hanlon here at Bricks Cascade in Portland, Oregon, and today we're going to be taking a look at a massive train layout as well as a wonderful city and a big campground here, all involved in this one layout with 7 different builders. So I've got one of the builders with me now. If you want to introduce yourself, and then we'll take a look at the whole layout.
Yeah, my name's Grant. I'm part of this club here. We started about 5 years ago, and we collaboratively built. This is our 4th year here at Bricks Cascade.
Great stuff. So let's start right here with some of these kind of town buildings, then we'll move our way around.
Yeah, this stuff here is mine. I wanted to do something original with the monorail instead of the 4-wide traditional, so we went 6 wide and extended it out and just try to grow the monorail a little bit every year. Just a little more traditional town buildings, some of the brick stuff, light up billboards to bring it to life.
Those billboards are great. Yeah, that's just a really unique way of
People are loving those, and they're going over great. And just trying to add more detail every year. The Ninja Turtles, we got some Ninja Turtle graffiti back here, and the ever popular Midwest Culvers, of course.
Yes. Shout out to the Culvers. You know, we miss it when we're on the West Coast here.
We all miss Culvers for sure, yes.
Those are some great buildings. You got the Toys R Us there, RIP Toys R Us.
Yeah, it's a new build this year. It's going over great. Everybody's loving Toys R Us. It's very popular.
I love this little outdoor seating here at this restaurant, but kind of overlooking the water.
Yeah, we got a new patio over the water this year. That's going over pretty well too. I think everybody would like to take in that view and enjoy it. Then out here we got the hottest band in the world, Kiss, putting on a very popular rock show that everybody's digging and taking in the view of the trains and the band at the same time. And then Allen State Park down here is probably the most popular. It's probably the crown jewel of Bricks Cascade, I would say. Every year he grows it and adds great detail to it. There's always something that people are trying to find, hidden details, and he does a great job of just always adding something. And I've seen this thing for 6 years now, and I still see things I've never seen before.
This detail here is so realistic. There's always the couple putting up the tent for the first time,
Yeah,
completely lost.
They're either going to get the tent up or they're going to have a divorce. But yeah, it's tons of detail in here. Bigfoot hidden, 3 bears, and I think he built some of the best trees you'll see at this show and maybe anywhere. He's just phenomenal at what he does.
I like the tower kind of on top there, looking out with a good line of sight.
Yeah, great Forest Service tower that he added there, and just a phenomenal builder. The covered bridge is a nice touch, and fishermen and picnics and badminton. And as you can see, he's got a nice can you find for the crowd to do, and he's just phenomenal. This year we added this forestman scene to kind of blend into the state park and have a little fun. People are enjoying that. You know, it's just something different, give them a little spice. And
You don't see a lot of forestman builds these days.
you don't. It's something to spice it up and, you know, give the people something to look at. And we got some brave chickens not only trying to cross the road, but trying to cross the tracks there, and might have a meal later for the forestmen.
Shout out to the you got a Brick Slopes minifigure into the top of the train.
Yeah, one of our members is from Utah now, and he's a member of the U-Lug down there, and he comes back up here and participates with us, and obviously they're now represented here in our layout too. He also brought this breast cancer locomotive. It's a cause for not only him, he lost a family member, myself, my mom fought breast cancer, and a lot of people have been touched by it, so it's a popular locomotive this year, and glad we can get it out there and, you know, make people aware.
It stands out nicely too. It's not the normal like gray or some of the you know kind of blander colors of trains.
It is. It's a little bit brighter color and something new to look at as far as trains go. Quite bright.
I like the one behind it here that's carrying all the like military vehicles.
We have a couple military trains here this weekend, just some nice flatbeds, some Brick Mania kits, and the kids love the tanks and the Hummers, and it gets their attention, obviously, and it's a fun build. We've got some creative stuff out here, too. You can see, like, one of the goose from back in the day in Colorado there. People aren't ever quite sure if those are a real train or not, but people love them and are entertained by them. And new monorail-type creation here on the old roller coaster track, and people are digging that, too. Had the battery go dead, but when it's going, people love it.
The train that's just going by there is great with the British soldiers there.
Tons of British soldiers, and they might have a little battle with the forestmen later, possibly. I'm not sure.
Of course, you got the taking your boat over here to the pond.
Yeah, we got a few frightened people there. I don't think they're believing that that boat's going to fit in the water there. It might be a tight squeeze. And we got our bridge for access into our layout, and nice little British display there also of basically those types of trains. They ran out of the back of the coach and pushed it with the engine. So the engine was not the front of the train, it was actually the coach, and well represented there. Come down here, this picks up a new town for us. Rock Ridge is what it's called, and he's slowly growing it out and expanding. Nice little school and park and a little bit of a rail yard. You can see back here you got more rail yard, a nice working turntable over there too.
The fire engine is great. You got the dog on top there, all the engines out.
Yeah, it's nice detail. People love the detail of builds. They can look at buildings quickly, but when they can spy things and see little details like that, that's what they love to see. So we're back here on the other side of the town. You can see the church, the city hall, lots of nice detail in there, some very nice centered stoplights, and just a nice little town that you would see in the Midwest or anywhere with the trains rolling through and supported by the railroad as it would have been back in the day. You can see the yard over here, nice little shed displaying trains, and the turntable, as we saw a little bit ago, just well built and ever popular with the fans too. Anything moving, people are always loving to look at. You got the geared locomotives on there. When those things are running, another thing that the fans really love to see.
Yeah, the detail and the variety of trains you guys have all around here is just great.
We're trying to grow it every year, add a little more, add something that people want to see. People love steam, they love the moving parts. Diesels are modern and cool, but the moving parts, the steam trains are what people want to see.
And what's happening in this section here?
We got a coal tower and a fuel pad and a work shed, just a little maintenance area of where the trains would be getting worked on and ready to go on their next trip and come in for fuel or whatever you would need to get you down the road for the next trip, and well representative of what it would have been back in the day there with that coal tower for the steam engines. And you can see back there you got a shed and they're working on them, and that shed's a little more modern back there as you would see in more present day with trains.
The lights help a lot there to see some of the details of what's going on back there.
Absolutely. We've been working on adding light to our builds this year and slowly growing that. It helps when they do the dark night here and just illuminating the builds. And one more thing that we can show off and make the builds have more detail and stand out.
This wonderful lineup of all the construction workers.
We got some hard-working railroaders there. They're all ready for lunch. There may be nobody working in the facility, but the people in the hot dog cart are hard at work. And you can see down here we pick up another builder now. He's got a beautiful train shed himself, and he's got that going a couple of years ago, and now he's expanded into a cannery and a fishing port. And there's tons of detail in these builds, just little things that a lot of people may not see, and you just look and find just the smallest details in here that he's hidden for everybody. Nice little UFO on top of the building over there. You can see the factory details with all the windows, and even got some chickens getting protested over there, and everybody's trying to either have a good meal or throw their protest, take your side of it.
You've got the BFC here. I like that.
Yeah, a little brick fried chicken there. Everybody wants to go down and have a little BFC, right? Yeah, so then further down, nice little small train station as you'd see in a small town, and it's more of a freight depot, and maybe load up some of that BFC and get it out to the people so they can enjoy it. And a beautiful harbor right next to it. You can see bringing in the crabs and the fish, and some places for the boaters to go and eat, have a little relax and drink, or grab a cup of coffee over there. It's a very detailed build, lots of stuff in there, much like the state park where you can stare at it for a long time.
You get a really nice sense of movement, like there's so much hustle and bustle on the docks and the ships coming and going.
Absolutely, it's a very, very busy port, and you can just tell they're all hard at work, unlike the railroaders over there at the hot dog stand.
I also particularly like these couple of kiosks here, if you can, John, zoom in on those.
Yeah, he's got a nice little coffee build there and a little magazine rack. Maybe the guys can finally earn that break and have a little read and a coffee and enjoy their day next to the waterfront. And just so much to look at with this build. We got a little library here that was brought in by a friend of ours, and it's a very nice build. Lots of detail on this one. I unfortunately haven't been able to see inside this one, but he's a very skilled builder, and we're very happy that he dropped that off for us this year to display with our layout. And then you flow into a little Star Wars here.
A little something different.
A little something different. Something to shake it up, you know, and we all just kind of had our themes and things that we liked over the years, and sometimes you just got to shake it up. And here we got Star Wars and tons of Gungans gonna have a little battle.
What's great though is you still have the train theme running through it though, so you've got the Star Wars themed trains and like the depot here.
Absolutely, we got a little Star Wars train with everybody ready to go to Hoth and run their speeders and stay warm once the train drops them off. And then the classic Ewok village. I think everybody loves the Ewoks, or teddy bears, if you will, and it's just it's something different, you know, something, but again, represented with a train still. It's a fun build.
Yeah, I think that pretty much completes the whole loop here. So there's so many fun, fantastic things to see here. If other people want to get involved, maybe they're coming to Bricks Cascade next year and would like to add something to the layout, is that possible?
Yeah, we're always welcoming people to join us, and they can reach out to us. Our club goes email at rbbtclub@gmail.com, and we're always looking to add more people and add more things to the build and bring more life to it.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for taking us around the whole loop and giving us all that insight into the builds. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.